Good evening, everyone. My name's James Hannon. I want to welcome you to tonight's webinar, no matter where you are dialing in, calling in, looking in from. The great thing about a webinar is you can do it on your iPhone, on your iPad, or on your smartphone or tablet device, and you can do it in your office, or you can do it at your home, or you can do it watching the State of Origin. Now, for those of you that are here in Australia, you know or New Zealand even, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I was just on the lounge getting ready for this, and I thought to myself, I wonder who will actually show up tonight, because the ones that really show up tonight, you know, are absolutely serious about doing something about their future and are truly interested in learning how to use Facebook, Twitter, webinars, phone apps, skill development to succeed at home. My name's James Hannon. We got started working from home just over, about 17 years ago. And in that time, we've made millions of dollars. You know, it's transformed our life. And it sounds so funny to say that statement. We've made millions of dollars. It's crazy because I failed school. I've got an 18-year-old daughter who's about to go through her HSC. And we were talking the other day, and she goes, you know, Dad, you know, the school teaches us how to learn, or, you know, how to study, and that's about it, because I look at you, Dad, and you failed school and you've done pretty good. And so I'm not sure if that's good for them to know that I failed school or not. I just want you to know tonight, no matter who you are, I didn't have a clue. You know, it took me a long time to learn things. We didn't have any training or support. All I had was I wanted to be like that guy on the screen. I wanted to be home with my kids. But at the same time, for me, the driving reason, the driving purpose behind me doing something was that I wanted to feel that sense of accomplishment of doing something for myself, of feeling that I can do something incredible, that I can succeed at something, that I can look at other people and go, I succeeded, I told you I would. You know, and that for me, that was important. Now, for you, you might think that's not so important for you, but for me, it was, you know, that sense of I did it. And tonight, you're going to hear from a few other people that have done exactly the same thing. But tonight, it's very unique. You know, we're going to show you how technology today has totally transformed the home business industry. Now, before we get started, I want to make sure everyone can hear me and you can see my screen. If you can hear my voice and see my screen, on the GoToWebinar control panel, there's a little hand with an arrow. You can hit that hand with an arrow, and that's your way of saying hello. It's your way of agreeing. It's your way of just connecting with us. Brilliant. And if you want to chat with us, there's a little area on the GoToWebinar control panel. You can shoot us a question. One of the team leaders will be able to get back to you during the presentation if you have any difficulty. We are here to help you. Now, first of all, I guess the question is, why would you listen to me? That's a great question. I've had lots of people ask me that, and so let me tell you. Well, that's me there. I know it's a bit distorted and a bit weird, a kind of a weird sort of a photo, but let me give you the story behind that photo. That photo was taken in April of this year, so just over a month ago in Dallas, Texas. We were there with over 2,200 other people, and my role at this event was to start teaching people how they can use social media to build a business, how they can use social media to increase their profile and to get clients, business partners, and whatever to start building a business with, making money so that they can be a success at home. Now, as you can see, everyone's having a lot of fun because I gave them permission to take a selfie. I know, right? We all look at those people on Facebook. We all look at those people on Twitter and Instagram taking these selfie photos and go, wow, the ego of those people. I want to tell you that it's okay to take a selfie. And the better your selfie, the more money you're going to make. I know that sounds strange, right? Imagine making money from taking a selfie. Now, taking a selfie isn't about putting yourself out there and making yourself look better than you are and all that sort of stuff. It's just having fun. It's about having life. It's about letting other people have a laugh or allowing other people to be lifted up by the lifestyle that you live, allowing them to dream, allowing them to believe, allowing them to be encouraged. And we want to teach people how to do that, because what is it like for you? What would it be like for you to have a better life? What would it be like for you to be able to stay at home with the kids? Or, you know, what would it be like to have the freedom to do what you want when you want, to go on that holiday, to pay off debt? What would it be like to feel like you actually achieved something that's been on your heart to achieve. Well, we're going to show you how to do that. Now, we've been, as you know, been working from home now for over 17 years. We've had the privilege of making millions of dollars and helping other people do the same. So why should you listen to me? Well, I've got a track record of helping other people succeed in home-based business. People that have made tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and millions of dollars working from home. So I guess a track record is important. Also, I'm one of the co-founders of Jewel Networking. Jewel Networking is a system that trains people how to work both online and offline. It's a system that teaches people how to take their skills, their abilities, their dreams, their desires to a whole new level. We believe that there's more than one way to cross the room. You've probably even heard that saying, there's more than one way to skin a cat. I know that sounds funny. I'm a bit of a hunter myself. I don't skin cats or hunt cats, but it's like, we want to have a little bit of fun, and but not skinning cats, but we want to teach you that you can succeed. Now, so what is the number one thing that you're going to need to succeed? And if you've got this, okay, everything else follows. The number one thing is your dream. What do you want? You see, no matter what I teach you tonight, no matter what I give you, and all of the information, all of that, we're going to open up heaven for you tonight. You're going to have it all pretty much laid out in front of you. You're going to have the choice of saying, will I take this information and transform my life, or will I stay the same? Now, because you're on this webinar tonight and not watching the State of Origin, you're here, and because you're here, I believe you're going to make the choice to change your life. You see, why did we develop Jewel Networking? Now, why did we develop a system that teaches people to build both online and offline? Well, it was a sky is falling moment. It was that moment in time when I opened up my emails one day, and all of a sudden there was 3 or 4 emails that we received, and they said, if you don't change the way that you're building your business, rats will start, so your people will start leaving your business like rats leaving a sinking ship. Now, I had no idea what they were talking about, but so I started reading and watching their videos, listening to their audios. I started buying their books and all of this sort of stuff. And what they were saying, they were building on fear. That's all they were doing. They were fear conjurers. And what they were saying is that, the old way of building a business is dead. You know what the old way was then? Talking to people, building relationships. They were saying that people don't want to build relationships anymore. People don't have friends. People don't want to connect. That way of building a business is dead. So the old offline strategies of every business owner, whether you had a retail outlet, whether you had a cafe, whether you had a phone store, doesn't matter. That way of building business is dead. And you know what? That was really interesting that they would say that. So because our business at that time was turning over around $600,000 to $700,000 every 4 weeks. That's a big business, right? It was turning over a lot of money. And so I started, because I'm watching all of this stuff, and I'm looking at social media, and I'm looking at the internet, I'm thinking, oh no, maybe they're right. So I actually got into fear mode. I curled up in the corner in the fetal position, put my thumb in my mouth, and waited for the end of the world to come. And then after about 6 months, I realized that the world didn't end. The sky didn't fall. My business was still there. In fact, it was growing. So I thought, hold on a second. So the old way, the offline strategies that have worked since the time Adam was a boy, still work today. But then what I did is some more analysis. We analyzed what was going on. We analyzed Facebook and Twitter and autoresponders, and webinars were just starting to come out like what you're on tonight. And we realized that maybe there's a place for this. Maybe home business owners like you and me, and entrepreneurs wanting to grow a business, could actually combine their efforts and combine these new technologies to do something different. And you know what? Change brings opportunity. Changes bring opportunity. So those changes that were happening in technology, Facebook and Twitter and webinars, text messages, apps, and apps were only just starting to come out. These changes, they could either make somebody run and hide. They could make somebody actually repel it all and pull up the walls and believe that nothing's going to work. Or they can look at it in a different set of glasses. They can look at it through different glasses that allow them to see the opportunity, and that's what we decided to do. The team at Jewel Networking, we decided that an idea was formed out of necessity. because we knew that if we didn't start to adopt and start to train strategies for online relationships, just like happening tonight, strategies that use a simple process like a webinar, a simple program like a webinar like you're on tonight that allow people to stay at home in their pajamas, drinking a glass of wine or a cup of tea, or watching the State of Origin. Okay, if we didn't do something, then we're going to miss out. We wanted to make it easier for people. And so the idea was formed, the idea dual networking, the idea that online and offline can work together, the idea, the concept that people's skills and desires to build an online business, to use technology to build something that was sustainable, something that was long-term, something that would build and build inside of them, that would give them something for their future and their family's future, their children's future, that it could be possible. And that's what the idea was. We were able to do it. You see, everything starts with a dream. Everything starts with a reason. For you, you're on this webinar tonight because you have a dream. You have a reason to be here. That reason might be to go on a holiday. We just came back from Tahiti. That's one of the bungalows that we got to stay in over crystal bluey green waters as we saw fish and coral and sharks and stingrays, as we got to go up into the mountains and in the back of a truck, as we got to sample their coconut liqueur and do amazing things and hang out at restaurants and just go out with wonderful friends and just dress up beautifully and all of this kind of thing. We got to do that. For you, it might be to experience something like that. It might be like a recognition, like it was for me, to get started and do something and know that if I gave it my all, I know that there's fire, this idea, this concept inside of me that I can do something great. I can do something big. If they're the words that are resounding in you, that's you, right? For you, for somebody else, it might be security. You're looking at life right now and you're saying, hey, I've been working for 40 hours a week for 40 weeks a year for 40 years, and I've still got nothing. I need some kind of security. Others, it's about having fun, to get a Maserati, to drive fast, to climb a mountaintop, whatever it is. And for a lot of us, it's also about purpose. For me, I've got a purpose. I want to nourish 10,000 children every single week, 10,000 kids, and our program allows us to do that. At the moment, we're nourishing over 2,000 children every single month because what we do here. That's right, 2,000 children are being nourished because of this program. We're going to show you how you can be a part of that. But how do you really achieve your dreams? How does it really happen? I mean, you go to these webinars, you turn up to these events, you pay lots and lots of money, and you get nothing. You get to listen to some speaker up at the front of the event and says, you can do it, you know, and they give you all these motivational speakers and motivational messages, and it's full hype and a lot of junk and a lot of crap. You know, I hope you don't mind me saying that. I believe in motivation. That's why we do it every day. Okay, I believe in inspiration. I believe in personal development. That's why we read books and listen to CDs. I believe in all of that. But, you know, there has to come a time where the rubber meets the road. There has to come a time when you step out on the water, because we can pray for more money. We can pray and keep asking that something, waiting for the heavens to open up and something to fall into our lap. But it's not until we get the right strategies, the right ideas, and the right concepts, and the right mentoring that things fall together. Now, we all know that success requires work. You know that. If you're here and thinking that you're looking for a way to go and become rich, earn $100,000 a year to even $20,000 a year and not work, you're on the wrong webinar, guys. This isn't a hyped up webinar. This isn't a webinar to try and sell you something that's going to, you know, that you can become successful and do nothing. If you're looking for that, go somewhere else. But I know you're smart enough not to be that person. I know you're smart enough to know that, hey, you know, you're working 40 or 50 hours a week in your job and getting what you want, or what you're getting, not what you want. You know that if you're doing that for a job, to do it for your business, it's going to require stuff, okay? We also know that business requires customers. There is no business out there that allows you to actually build a business and not have someone purchase something. So when people say, I don't want to have to sell anything, if that's you, don't get into business, because every business requires customers. They require business partners. The idea, though, what would it be like if the people that wanted to purchase something from you wanted what you had? Let's talk about that in a moment. You see, if customers don't have an issue with what you've got, if people are looking for what you've got, that's a different game. That's the strategy. That's the key. See, the challenge you face, though, is when you're talking to people, and there's some of the challenges you may have right now. You may be thinking, well, I want a business, but my biggest struggle right now is time. Well, you know as well as I do that if you want something done, give it to a busy person, right? You also know that if you want something and your schedule is full, you will find a way to put it in your schedule. I know plenty of my friends, plenty of my mates, they say during the, I'm so busy, but they find a way to get to the state of origin. I'm so busy, but they find a way to go fishing on the weekend. I'm so busy, but they find a way to watch their favorite TV program every night. So we all find a way. Then others say money. I don't have money, but everyone finds a way to go and get that coffee. They find a way to go out for lunch. They find a way to go away for the weekend. When you want something, you find a way, right? You get that. You know that, just like I do. Then we're about knowledge. We don't have enough knowledge. We stop and we don't move forward because I don't know what to do. Let me tell you, that's a chicken exit. We can help you through that. You see, when you get the right knowledge, you get the right mentoring, when you get the right direction, you can break free. You see, fear is this insatiable thing, the evil thing that's out there that stops us from moving forward. And sometimes it's the fear of not knowing enough. Well, we're going to guarantee you this, that we can train you with that knowledge. We can give you that knowledge. You've got to want it. Then the next thing is, well, who do you speak to? Well, let's have a look at that. Let's answer the question of who. Who's going to buy your product? Where do you find them? Where are they going to come from? Because everyone says, I want to build a business, I want to make money, but I don't know how to find clients, I don't know how to find prospects. So let me ask you this question. If you had a traditional business, you had a cafe, and it was opening night on Friday night, you had no money left to advertise, you went way over budget, but you needed to open up on Friday night. It's the opening night. What would you do? Who would you invite? Let's think about that. Think about that clearly right now. What would you do? Who would you invite to your opening night to make sure that people came? Ask yourself this question. People that are going to come that night, will they all buy something? Probably not. Will they try? Possibly. Okay, that's what's going to happen. All your opening night is launch night, to get the word out there, right? That's what it is. It's to get the word out there that you have opened your cafe, you have opened your shop. And so the more people you have out there, the more people that you have on launch night, the more people that are going to start spreading the word on your behalf. So what if people wanted what you had? What if the people that showed up to launch night actually wanted the products that you had? What if they wanted your coffee? What if they wanted your food? And what if they knew friends who actually wanted what you had? So it wasn't just their market, it was the market of the people that they know. And what if the people that they know actually knew people that wanted your product and or service as well? You see, that's what starts to happen. It starts to happen in the power of social media. We've all seen it, right? We've all seen people put up a video or a post and it gets shared 1,000 times, 10,000 times, 100,000 times. We've seen videos get put up on Facebook and they get viewed over 1 million times in a week. How does that happen? It happens because people get excited about what they see. Facebook changed everything for the home entrepreneur. So you're learning how to use your personal profile, learning how to actually position yourself in a way on Facebook that allows people to say, hey, I like that person. I like what they're doing. That looks interesting to me. That's when that all changes. Okay, Facebook, it enhanced what we did. It changed what we did. It opened the door to a whole new paradigm of working from home. The personal profile, get that right. It's the foundation of everything you do. Because let's face it, if you're going for a job today, your employer is going to look at your Facebook profile. They'll say they won't, but I guarantee they do. They look at your profile. They look at the posts you put up. They look at the about section. They look at your likes and dislikes. They look at when you're posting, what time of the day, what time of the night. They look at every aspect. Your life is now online. Now, don't get scared about that. I want you to understand that you're coming in now to build a business. You're looking at what can I do to build a business, to break free, to have a lifestyle. Well, Facebook has become an incredible component to what we do. Then you've got personal pages. Now, it's different to a profile. There's a way that you can use pages to generate leads, to target an audience. And there's groups that have been set up on Facebook. These groups have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and some millions of people in them. These groups that have people in them that are like-minded, interested in a specific product, service, or industry. Okay, how do you target those groups? You can do that now on Facebook, because when you get the funnel right, everything changes. Now let's talk about Twitter. Twitter, I used to think, was just social media, an ADHD social media. That's all I thought it was. I thought it was crazy. Who goes on to Twitter? Why? It's a pain in the bum. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But you know what you can do on Twitter? Twitter is a very active and alive social media platform, and people are very targeted. So you can target a market on Twitter. Now, does this work very well in Australia? Well, it's still growing in Australia because there aren't really that many people. But for those of you that are overseas, you might be in the US, your Twitter has to become part of what you do. For Australia right now, I'd suggest staying with Facebook and following the training that we have on Facebook. Then we have an app. You see, one of the other things is, for instance, yesterday I was catching up with a business partner of mine, and we're talking to one of his prospects, and they wanted to see some information. So we were able to show, after having a cup of coffee, you obviously had to have a cup of coffee, you know, we used our app to show a video, to show some information. The person loved what they see, ended up buying. Why? Because an app makes it easy. Another person, we're catching up, chatting with them on the phone, and the app, what it does is it allows you to send the information at the speed of text. All of a sudden, it's not snail mail. You don't have to send something in the mail. You don't have to worry about all that sort of stuff. If you can, as fast as you can send a text message, you can build a business. The idea now is that how fast do you want to build it? How fast do you want to see success? If in 4 weeks would an extra $400 or $500 come in handy? Would $1,000 come in handy? One of our team today just made $1,000 today. Okay, what would that's actually my little sister, very close to $1,000 today. You know, so what would that mean for you? What would it mean to you by going hard? What would it mean for you if you're able to grab a hold of technology, follow a proven system to help you transform your life? Now, the idea when you're hearing all this, you're probably thinking it's got to be complicated, it's got to be hard. Well, I want you to know this. Keep it simple. 1 + 1 does equal 2 with us. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to be a nuclear physiologist. That's probably the wrong term. Anyway, you can actually build a business. You can be like me. Sure, when I got started, when I first made my first $100,000, was I articulate? No. Was I excited? Yes. Okay, and we've learnt things. So this is 17 years on. Do I make mistakes? Absolutely. Absolutely. But the plan, the concept, what we train now is don't worry about mistakes. Don't worry about that. Just follow the system. The system is designed to be duplicatable. You see, it all comes together with this webinar. Let me ask you a question. If you can use this platform, webinar, where you can actually say to a prospect, hey, what are you doing? Can you be in front of your computer? Can you be on your phone? Can you be in front of your iPad at 8 o'clock on a Wednesday night, just like you are tonight? They don't have to go anywhere. They can get live information straight away. Then you've got websites, you've got emails, you've got text messages delivering the information. But there is something powerful about a live webinar where a group of home entrepreneurs come together from all over the world to learn the information, to join together, to find out what's going on, and to be committed to doing something. Then it's about having a system that's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. A contact management system is part of it with websites. It's driven by leaders who are actually in the field. You know, you will learn nothing here that has not tried, tested, and proven today. You'll learn nothing that's being used yesterday and not being used today. We will always give you the training. You'll always have at access the things that work today. We'll always give you that foundation because that's important. You don't need to learn tactics. You need to learn concepts. You need to learn what works and what doesn't. It needs to be duplicatable. It needs to be simple. And as your business grows, you get to be a part of the mastermind of leaders that are succeeding today and growing today, the mastermind of leaders who are moving forward. Imagine you as that, as a leader that people listen to, as a leader that has international influence, a leader that has success that other people wish they had. That's what you would be a part of. So let's keep moving here. So this is Dual Networking. Dual Networking is an online training and marketing platform. You can see a lot of information there. We're not going to go through it, but that's our training and inside of Dual Networking that you have access to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But why did we develop it? Well, this photo here, I know you're trying to figure out why is, Legolas from Lord of the Rings, yes, I know his name, in this photo. Well, I'm a Lord of the Rings fan, okay? And in Lord of the Rings, they talk about this one scene and they're looking over the mountain and here's all of these orcs and really not nice people, not nice things, creatures that are going to wage war, okay? And it goes like this. This army has been bred for one thing, for the total destruction of man. Okay, now, we didn't develop Dual Networking for that. We developed Dual Networking for the complete opposite, to raise up leaders and help you succeed. That's why Dual Networking has developed. Because one of the bits of feedback we've always had from people, I got started, I handed over my money, and then I had no training, I had no support, I had nothing there. Well, we want to guarantee you this, that you will get the best training that you could possibly receive. You'll get the best support you could possibly receive, all at your fingertips. You see, entrepreneurs know and learn what the market wants. Entrepreneurs know where the growth industries are. We will place you smack in front of the growth industries. Those growth industries are health and wellness. Right now, $1 trillion industry. That's a big industry, just in the US alone. Why is it so big? Well, the population's getting older. It used to be that the average age was in their 40s. Well, I'm in my 40s and I still feel young. Give us a little wave. If you're in your 40s and you still feel young, give us a little wave, or you might be a little bit older than your 40s and you still feel young. Absolutely. Right? That's what we're talking about. I'm in my 40s and I still feel young. 50s, 60s, 70s are still saying young. We've got rising costs of healthcare. Wellness options are becoming bigger and bigger. People want natural supplements versus pharmaceuticals. The environmental challenges, we've got toxic environment. You've got the direct selling industry with over 90 million people in the global sales force. It does over $166 billion in total sales, and it's growing rapidly. Now, 90% of people operate part-time in the direct selling industry. So the idea is, though, you want to be where the money is, because that's where the money is. That's where, business isn't about where the money isn't. You want to be where the money is. It might be good to have an idea, but if no one's spending any money there, why would you open a business there? It's kind of like saying, well, you might say, well, I like vinyl records. Well, good luck with that. Okay, that's, to make any money in that, it's going to be very, very difficult unless you become an antique salesperson. So you want to be where the money is. So we want to teach you how to build a business with low-hanging fruit. We want to teach you the markets where the fruit is so low, so nutritious, so yummy, and it's just waiting for someone to come along with the right product and pick it off the tree and have a great feast. That's where we want to be, and we want to teach you that. You see, the low-hanging fruit today is real food nutrition and natural. You know that. Everyone wants natural. Everyone wants real food. Everyone wants the best. Then you've got weight loss. You know as well as I do how big the weight loss industry is. I mean, just look around. How many people in your family need to lose weight by now? That's a great way that brings it home, right? You can see how big the weight loss industry is. How many of your friends need to lose weight if your family's slim? When you go out to the cafe, look around next time. Look around the cafe and ask yourself, how many of these people are overweight? Think about your brother, your sister, your mother. Think about your friend, your best friend, your worst enemy. Okay, think about them. Ask yourself how many of them need to lose weight and how many of them are on a diet. Did you know that they say 50% of people or women are on a diet at any one time, and the other 50% are thinking they should be? Now, I don't agree with that, but it's kind of funny. It gives you an idea of the way people think. The next biggest market, the next low-hanging fruit market is anti-aging. If you can move into those markets with products that nobody else has, then you set yourself up for incredible success. The next step is learning how. That's important. So we believe you need to make it easy. So what we did to make it easy is we don't believe you need to hold any stock. Imagine that. You see, traditional business owners, what they do is they get started in business, they invest hundreds of thousands of dollars in stock or materials. Why would you do that? That's so painful. You end up having to mortgage the house to move forward. So then we thought, well, what about no accounts? What if you didn't have to worry about accounts? What if you didn't have to worry about charging people? See, today, I caught up with one of our business partners. He owns a phone shop or a phone accessories shop. And he had the radio person coming into selling radio. It was going to cost him over $2,000 in advertising just, for the next month to get some people in the door. How terrible. How terrible is that? Look, I believe in advertising. I really do. But to spend $2,000 over a month or two just on advertising, get people in the door, gives you an idea of what traditional business is. Well, and you also want to be where there's explosive potential. Be where the market is growing and going. Learn how to find clients and partners. We cover it all. So there was only one real choice. There was only one real choice for us to partner with, and that choice was Mannatech. We were looking for someone that covered all the bases, that had the low-hanging fruit that the market wants. That was real food. That was scientifically validated. Ability for people to not have to hold stock or do accounts receivable or payable, because we knew we had the right system. We knew we had the right training. And so what we did is we partnered with Mannatech, and we were able to develop and continue to transform the business, where now people are making millions of dollars, and we're one of them. They are the world leader in transformative real food technology. You see, let's look at some of the technology they developed. One is called Ambratose. It makes your body work properly. That's the best way of looking at it. Now, I want you to write this down if you need to. This product is so powerful. It's so important. It's backed up by peer-reviewed articles. There's a journal out there that doctors and nurses study from called Harper's Biochemistry. This nutrient is in there, and Mannatech own it. Think about that for a moment. Mannatech owns this nutrient, and it's required by every cell in your body, every body on the planet, and every process of the human body. Get an understanding of how big that is. Okay? It is the factor, it is the nutrient to make everything else in your body work. Without these nutrients, nothing works. They are the foundation to make vitamins and minerals work. They are the foundation to make antioxidants work. They are the foundation for all other nutrients. Without these nutrients in your body will go crazy. This nutrient makes the body work properly. They went and found these nutrients in nature. They found that the body was missing 6 of them because we've processed our food so much that the nutrients are missing, and our fruits and vegetables are picked green so they don't have it. This product was incredible. It was the foundation of everything. Then they said, well, what we need to do is figure out how we can combine that technology with other things, like Nutravirus. It meets the want and the need for real in your body. The world's first plant-derived, fully plant-derived, 100% absorbable vitamin and mineral supplement. It's incredible. Then you've got Youth, a world first again, where they took that glycan, that Ambratose, they put it into an anti-aging cream, because remember what I said before. It makes the body, it's required by every cell in the body, every body on the planet, and every process, and that includes aging. So we developed a product called Youth. It removes fine lines, wrinkles, age spots. It makes you look younger. The thing is, it's guaranteed to work with a 100% 90-day money-back guarantee. I use this product. My wife uses this product. My children use this product. It is amazing. But here we go. This one, I want you to give me your complete attention. If you're in Australasia, Australia, New Zealand, Singapore right now, Mannatech in 9 weeks' time, 8.5 actually weeks' time, will be launching this. The first product that we'll get is called True Plenish. It's the shake there. That True Plenish shake, that will come to Mannatech come to Australasia in just over 8 weeks. When this is the world first 100% plant-derived vitamin and mineral protein shake that's standardized. This will change the industry. Everyone knows that there's something missing in the weight loss industry. Everybody knows there is something gone wrong. We've figured it out. Through our scientific studies, we've been able to prove and develop a product. When you incorporate Osaline, that's the one there on the right, it makes the body burn 3 times more fat. You want to be on the ground floor of something? This is it. This is where the foundation of the future will be for weight loss. We own this technology. We're looking for the right people to partner with. And when we bring it to Australasia, we are going to own the market. And you get to choose. Will you be at the front of this, or will you watch it pass you by? Now, before we get started, before I show you any more, I actually want to ask one of our team members to actually share her testimony. Annette Smith is an incredible lady who actually got started on the Osaline and had incredible results, and she's gone on to use her testimony to build an incredible business as well. So Annette, why don't you share your testimony with us tonight on what's happened for you?
I'd love to, James. First of all, I'd like to say, great on all of you for being on this webinar tonight. It is, you're going to get lots of great information. Well, about 5 years ago, I felt so uncomfortable. I've always been a big, and I've always been about a size, and I was about a size 12 heading on to about a size 14, and I didn't like it. So I did start to use the Osaline, and I was happy with the results. I lost about 9 kilos in 4 months, and I was able to wear size 8 clothes. I'd never been this size before, and I loved it. But what I did love the most is that I'm still a size 8, and with the products that I'm now taking every day, I am the healthiest I've ever been. I love it. Thanks, James.
That's awesome, Annette. It's so awesome to hear testimonies like that, and Annette's just one of the people that's been able to do something incredible. So let's look at what this is all about. Over 200 people have already earned over $1 million. 200 and growing. So where do you want to be? You want to be where the money is. You want to be where there's been a tried, tested, and proven platform of success. That's this place. That's where we are right now. Manatech is already in 22 countries. They've got also another 100 coming, and that includes China. Anybody with any business idea, anybody with any vision knows the amount, as an idea or a concept, the amount of money that's in China. And if you can take products into China that are wellness-based, that are guaranteed to work, and that are backed up by science, you are on a winner. This is happening, people, and it's happening now. But the thing that makes us so proud, that makes us feel like we're in the right direction, is this. Manatech has a program called Mission 5 Million. In fact, they have the M5M Foundation, where every time they establish a client, they nourish a child. Imagine that. That's allowed us to nourish over 2,000 children every month, right? Sorry, 2,000 children every month right now. Why? Because of you, people like you. We establish a client. Every time we establish a client, we nourish a child. See, 5 million children under the age of 5 die every year of malnutrition. In this, you get to do something that you can feel good about. So with Manatech and dual networking, you get to partner with us to build a global empire. Now, before I go any further, I want you to hear from a couple of people. These people have done incredible things. First person I want you to hear from is Phil Walton-Brown. Phil and his incredible wife, Patsy, are incredible leaders, wonderful friends, and have done wonderful things. They've built an international business, and I can't wait for you to hear from this guy about what they've been able to do. So, Phil, why don't you share your testimony, mate?
Thanks, mate. James, we had a traditional business in early days. We had an agency that was looking after us very, very well. We were probably making well over $100,000 a year in income, and it was providing for us. We weren't really looking for anything else, but through a series of events, we ultimately the business presented, and we were fortunate as much to have you have you show us, James. But we built the business fairly quickly. We got a bit serious about it. I didn't want to particularly do it, but my wife is very astute, and she said, this is a good deal, so we took it on. It worked. We got to work. We identified some good leadership very quickly. We started to make money rapidly, and in 6 months we qualified for an all-expenses cruise to the Caribbean, which was magic. Then our first year, we got our income to the end of the first year up to around about $45,000, $48,000 a year. Interestingly, though, in the middle of all this, our agencies, the company that we represented, was sold. It was sold for something like $33 million, and the new owners had their own sales team. They didn't want to have agents anymore. So in one fell swoop, we lost $100,000 a year income. Now, the important thing here that I stress is that we had built this business on the side, and as it turned out, it was a just-in-case or a Plan B business, which one of our team often refers to, who's on the webinar. If we hadn't have done that, we would have been in deep trouble. And my philosophy is, and I've heard this many times, if you dig the well before you need the water, that will make a difference. Thanks, James.
Bill, you're awesome, mate. Thank you for that. You know, that's where it all begins. And before we move on any further, I want you to hear from another lady who we've had the privilege of working with, Naomi Enevolson. She's built an incredible international empire and showing other people how to do the same, just from the comfort of her own home, being a mum, a wife, a friend, and a business owner. So Naomi, fire away.
Thanks, James. And thanks so much for inviting me to share my testimony and also your mentoring and leadership. 5 years ago, I was, I'd previously been a teacher and also had my own business, but I didn't really want to go back to those things, and things were really tight at home. It was very hard to live on one wage, and you know, there were many times where I often didn't even have money for groceries, and we were really struggling to get by. So I was looking for something I could do around my family. My husband worked away from home, and I needed something that, you know, I could work around the children and still be there for them, you know, but also bring in some sort of income. I was really just looking for some extra money, I guess, you know, a little bit of extra money on the side. And I came across this amazing opportunity, and you know, I got started, and I've never done anything like this before, so I was a little bit concerned if I even knew if I could do something like this. But what I found is when I just followed the training and with all of the support, I was able to be quite successful, and things that I'd never learnt before, like Facebook. I was hardly even on Facebook, but you know, that's one of the key things that I have used to build my business, and you know, the amazing app that I'm able to use, even when I'm, you know, at my son's soccer practice, I can sit there and be building my international business from my phone. So within 4 years, I was able to build a 6-figure income, which blows me away that, you know, I was just looking for a little bit of extra money, and you know, within 4 years building a 6-figure income. And I do this all around my family. I've also been able to travel the world to incredible destinations. So this business has been such a wonderful blessing to both myself and my family, and you know, I really encourage you to you know, just give it a go. I mean, it might be something that you've never done before either, but you know, that's if you follow the training and have all the support that you need to be successful too. Thanks, James.
Thanks, Naomi. That was awesome. And it's true, everyone. No matter where you're at, the idea is to follow in the footsteps of other people. You don't want to have to reinvent the wheel. You know, we had some people drive from the Gold Coast down to see us today, and incredible ladies that wanted to do something big, and they partnered with us. And they're able to say, you know, they follow the system, they're getting results, they're succeeding, they're breaking free. That's the thing that you want to be able to do. You know, so the value of what you get in our training system is this. For Twitter, normally for Twitter, it's $237 to get our training on Twitter. You know, so Twitter and how to use it. Facebook, well over $349. In fact, I'm being flown over to the US to do a day's training. So they're having to pay for my flight, my accommodation, the whole day's training, the whole lot. So if you do attend that, for that alone is a couple of $1,000. You get all of that as part of what we do within Dual Networking. The app is over $99 per annum. Dual Networking training system is almost $1,000 a year. That's the value. But you see, the thing is, we understand that when you first get started in business, it can be quite scary and quite daunting. And what if we actually gave all of that to you for almost free? What if you didn't have to worry about those kind of costs? And what if you actually could just get started for the basic option with us for $12? $12. If you're just wanting to try some of the products, or you're just wanting to make a little bit of money just to pay the bills, you can get started for $12, potentially earn between $5,000 to $7,000 per annum. Or we have our professional option, those people that are ready to get started now. I think, my little sister, I think, had 2 or 3 people today get started at that level for $598. Potential income, unlimited. All you have to do then is just order the product each month that you want to use. So for instance, just say you want to lose some weight. Just order that product, that's all. What if you just want energy? Then order the energy or health products. What if you want to get rid of some fine lines and wrinkles? Well then, order those products. That's all you have to do. Then plug into the system. Because let's face it, what would you do if time and money wasn't an issue for you anymore? What would you do if you get the right training and the right support? We give you dual networking. We give you Facebook training, Twitter training, webinars, all the personal mentoring, websites, content management system for only $10 a month within dual networking. So what we're saying to you now, if you're one of the people that have made a decision that you're saying you can see yourself doing this, that you can see yourself changing your life, if you can see yourself doing something big, okay, then you're looking for something. You've been stepping out in the water. This is your place to get started. For $10 per month, that's it. All you have to do is on the GoToWebinar control panel, all we want you to do is just raise your hand. That's it. So if you can see, there's a little hand button with your hand on it. If you want to be one of those people, raise your hand. Far out. There's hands going up already. Congratulations, everybody. Congratulations, Oscar and Sandy. Well done, Winnie. Well done, Joe. Fantastic. That's brilliant. Well done. This is where, and all of the other hands that are going up as well. Fantastic, Kate. Congratulations. Brilliant. Well done, Remy. Well done for wanting to get started. Proud of you. And this is where it starts. One of the team, whoever invited you onto tonight's webinar, is going to be in contact. So for those of you that, if you've gotten someone invited you on tonight's webinar, you want to let them know you're ready to get started. You see, build your business from home. You can get the app. Instead of paying $100 per year, there's one out there. It's $10 US per month, okay? And it doesn't have 10% of what our app does, and it's $30 for life. All you have to do is raise your hand and say, I'm in. That's it. Raise your hand and then send us a message in the chat box that's on the questions box. Send us a message to say you're in. Okay, this is what you want. This is where you see yourself. So what do you get? Well, get started for $12 or $598. You choose the $12 option, or you get to earn around $5,000 to $7,000 per year as you build your business. The $598 option, which is where I got started, okay, it's unlimited income. You choose. Then for the complete system, it's $10 per month and $30 for the app for the life. And all you have to do each month is order your products. That's it. That's all you have to do to get started and to stay in business is order the products that you want. This is where you get started. Where else are you going to get that? You don't. So if you might be sitting there and you might have more questions and you might need you've got some questions you want answered. That's okay too. Get in contact with the person that brought you onto tonight's webinar. They will answer it for you. We are in launch mode right now. We are moving fast. We've only got just over 8 weeks before this product hits our shores. When this new weight loss product hits, it will hit like a rocket. It will hit hard. It will hit fast. Last time I launched a product like this, in the first month, we sold over $200,000 worth in the first month. This will be big. This is where the energy, this is where you need to see it and be a part of it. Everybody knows that you want to be on the ground floor. This is your chance. We've got the problem of Facebook training solved, Twitter solved, webinars solved, training solved, phone apps solved. It's simple, solved, system solved. All you have to do is get started. Get back to the person who invited you onto tonight's webinar and say you're in. Raise your hand now, okay, if you want to be a part of that and you want to say this is it. See, message us now. Say that you're in. Say that you want to be a part of this and that this is where you see your future. We want to congratulate everybody for being on tonight's webinar. We are looking for people to place at the top of organizations right now. You don't want to be left behind. And we want to congratulate all of you that have put up your hand and saying that you are in tonight. Congratulations. Well done. This is your place and your time to change your future. God bless. Get back to the person that invited you onto tonight's webinar right now and let them know which option best suits you. Bye.